Om Sadashivasamaramбхаಂ Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaschakshushrottram Atho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarod Anirakaranamastu Nirakaranam me astu Tadatmani nirate Ya Upanishadsu dharmaha Te mayi santu Om Shanti 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 Yadi manyase suvedeti Taharame vapi nunam tvam vedha Nunam tvam Vedha brahmano rupam Yadasya tvam yadasya deveshu Athanu mimamsya mevate Manye viditam Naham manye suvedeti Nona vedeti vedacha Yonastadveda tadveda Nona vedeti vedacha Yasya matam tasya matam Matam yasya na vedasaha Avijñātam vijanata Vijñātam avijanata Pratibodha viditam matam Amrtatvam hi vidyate Atmana vindate viryam Vidyaya vindate mritam So we were looking at how to know this Brahman. It was very clearly said that Brahman is not an object of any cognition. Then the only way of knowing it is whether is it the subject then. But actually the subject is Brahman, object is Brahman. But Brahman is neither object nor subject nor means of knowledge. So that is how we have to know this. It is all that is there here, whether it is in the form of an object or a means of knowledge or the subject, and it is none of them by itself if you look at it. So that's how this Brahman has to be known. In fact, it has to be recognized in each and every cognition because it is in the form of consciousness. Pratibodha viditam matam. So if you know yourself in this manner as the one who is the basis for the knower, the known and the means of knowledge, then you gain amritatvam. Amritatvam hi vindate, because you are then free from birth, death and all that. This consciousness is never born. Because it is never born and it never changes also, it is never going to go away. Nasato vidyate bhavaha. Na bhavo vidyate sataha. Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. So it is the only satyam which is always there as it is. So, and it is the one which is even conscious of time, correct? Time itself is an object of this consciousness. Space itself is an object of this consciousness. So the consciousness itself cannot be subjected to space or time. They are all simply objects of this consciousness. In fact, they are all Maya, Mithya. We even discussed that before, correct? Like even a point itself, you say that it doesn't occupy any space. But at the end of the day, you say a series of points is a line. That itself is a Maya. Similarly, now itself you cannot define as any length of time. Now will only resolve into the conscious being, but a length of now becomes a period of time and all that. So like this is all only Maya or whatever, it's only an appearance basically. So that's what one who has understood like this. Again, how this understanding take place? Atmana vindate viryam, correct? So first you should have the capability to know. So you have to prepare yourself, and that too how? Atmana, only by yourself only you have to get this viryam. Again, this viryam or the capability to know can be looked at in many ways, correct? One is that you have to become qualified for this knowledge. That means any knowledge means prerequisites are there. That means you have to gain all these prerequisites that makes you samartha, correct? You have to have a samarthyam, we say. Samarthyam word is used even in Tamil, correct? Samarthyam. Samartha only becomes samarthya. So that capability, we can say. So you have to be a capable person to receive this knowledge, and that capability only you have to gain it. See, even in Gita it is said, correct? Uddharet atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmana. So that means what? You have to uplift yourself by yourself only. Uplift from what? Means you have to uplift yourself, means this self which is there in the samsara. Samsara sagara, this self is drowning in this ocean of life of becoming or samsara. So you have to then, how do you then uplift yourself? Means what? By gaining all these qualifications for this jnanam, which is what is called yoga. Being established in yoga means what? Yoga rudha. By becoming a yoga rudaha means you then piggyback on the yoga sadhana. Yoga here means karma yoga. Within karma yoga again everything else is included, correct? Whether it is bhakti or whether you are doing ashtanga yoga, all that is all part of karma yoga. Becoming a yoga rudaha, you are now trying to cross this samsara sagara. That is how you uplift yourself, Bhashyakara says, because you yourself are your friend. Because even an external friend is not really a friend. It's Bhashyakara writes a beautiful bhashya there. He says, why should you be your own friend? Why cannot you have somebody else as your friend? Means somebody else as your friend also, due to the affection and attachment and all that. That external friend will only take you further into samsara, Bhashyakara says. So only you have to be your own friend. You cannot depend on anybody. Similarly, you become your own enemy. How? Because even external enemies are all born because of your own behavior and whatever. You are the cause for enmity also, correct? Which is growing in somebody else towards you. So that is also true. You are your own friend, you are your own enemy, but you decide how you want to be, correct? You have to uplift yourself from this samsara means you have to become your own friend. Atmana vindate viryam. So you have to prepare yourself. Or the other way, another way we have to understand this jnanam only gives you the power to know this Brahman, that Viryam. Again here Atmana is the mind. Manasa eva anudrashtavyam. Like that it is said in the Vridarnika and even other Upanishads are also there. Manasa eva aptavyam and all that. So this you have to gain this, because the word Atma can be used in different meanings in different contexts. The Pratyagatma means it is the innermost Atma, the conscious, pure consciousness and all that. Otherwise Atma can even be the physical body, depending on where it comes. But here Atmana Vindate Viryam means mind can be taken as the Atma. But the mind itself, how does it get the Shakti to know this Brahman means? That is because of that Shastra Acharya Upadesha only creates the vritti which makes this mind to know its own swarupa, let us say. So that way also we can look at it. So once that viryam is there means what happens? Vidya, cognition takes place, correct? The akhandakara vritti I talked about in the previous class. So that vritti is the vidya. So that once that vritti happens, what? Vidyaya vindate amritam again you should not take that. It is not like this karma phala. Here the important point is, even though vidyaya vindate amritam means as though we are saying vidya first you should gain, then only amritatvam will come. But there is no gap there. Because for karma phala there is a gap. Why? Because you have to do all karma and get punya. But immediately you are not in Swarga, correct? Only after dying, this punya is supposed to fructify and take you to Swarga. In fact, in the Mundakopanishad it is said that they will welcome you, it seems. Your own punya will say, please come here. This is the loka. It will welcome you and something like that it is given, very funny. So there is a separation there, but here nothing like that. Jnanam eva moksha. That is why in the Brihadaranyaka also it is said even devas cannot stop you. Once you gain this jnanam, nobody can stop the jnana phalam from coming to you, because once this jnanam is there, you become the very self of the devatas themselves. Then what can they do? They cannot do anything. So vidyaya vindate amritam. So this vidya itself is amritatvam. So you gain that. Okay? So that is something very interesting. Then what? The next verse. Ihached avedi atha satyamasti nached ihavedi mahati vinashtihi bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha pretyasman lokat amrita bhavanti. So ihachet avedi. Ihachet is there. If you suppose no here, okay, something like that. Ihachet. Chet means again it shows a certain choice here, correct? Because so many people are born. In fact, the choice is very, very limited, I think, because even in Gita, Bhagavan says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye, he says. So there may be thousands of people, very few are even making any effort to study Vedanta and all that. So even for this, if you put some other camp that I am teaching you some meditation technique and all that, 1,000 people will come. If I say, no, I am teaching you Vedanta, then 10 people only will come. But that's how it is, okay, you cannot... There is no complaint or anything, but that's how it is, because everybody does not have the vyavasayatmika buddhi, correct? They don't have clarity or discrimination with reference to what their problems are really and what is the solution. Or even, see, everybody recognizes a certain problem, but there is a fast food culture, correct? Everybody wants easy solution. You want immediately something to happen. So whatever techniques give them some relief, they go after that. There's nothing wrong in it or anything like that. But again, it is like treating your symptom only, correct? As long as the bija is there, like Bhashyakara said even in that Apastamba Sutra Bhashya, he said as long as the bija is there, then these things will keep coming up again and again. Just some technique or even some kind of a meditation and all cannot solve your fundamental problem. So those who recognize that there is a deeper problem which I have to solve, they alone can come to this Vedanta. So there is a certain choice. You have to choose to know this. First you have to have a certain idea about what my problem is really. Only after understanding that, in fact many people don't even come to Vedanta without understanding that also. That's why Pujya Swamiji or even we normally have an introduction to Vedanta. Understanding the fundamental problem. It is called actually Introduction to Vedanta, understanding the fundamental problem, because unless you understand your fundamental problem, you don't even know why you are studying Vedanta, okay, or what Vedanta can give you. So Vedanta is not any other subject matter, or you are not studying it for gaining some punya and all that, correct? That is another problem. People think that okay, I'll go and sit in some satsanga, some sadhu is there. Just seeing that sadhu itself I'll get punya. Maybe that is also true. We are not denying that, but that's not the idea about Vedanta, correct? So this ihached avedit means after all this you have to know this. So you have known this Atma. Then what? Atha satyamasti. So if you manage to know this Atma, then there is Satyam, it says. That is the Satyam here means what? That Satya Vastu you gain. Means that which is unchanging. Satyam here means Nityam also. This is the only Nitya Phala, because everything else is Anitya. Whatever you can gain through karma, all the karma phala are Anitya. This Jnana Phalam alone is Nityam Satyam. Because again the karma phala being Anityam, they are all Mithya also. They are not really there. They are all actually unreal. They don't have an existence of their own. So this is what you gain. Satyamasti means here you have gained something which can never go away from you, which has freed you from all your problems really. Atma with Shokam Tarati, all these things are there. So if you manage to know here by your own choice again, then you have gained Satyam. In fact, there is nothing to better this. Like I told you, some people still claim that no, Advaita, Brahman and all what, I will give you something better than that. But there cannot be anything better than this. It cannot be bettered. Why? That will come in the next line also. Because Bhuteshu Vichitya Dhiraha. So these Dhiraha again means Dhimantaha, Vivekavantaha, Jnaninaha. Those who have this Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam, they are seeing themselves in each and every being. Correct? Bhuteshu Vichitya Dhiraha. Even in the Gita it is there, correct? Sarva Bhuteshu Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani, Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma, Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. So the same, or it is there in Ishavasya Upanishad also it is there. Yastu Sarva Ani Bhuta Ani, like that. There is a mantra in the Ishavasya Upanishad. So this Sarvatma Darshanam is also a phala. You become the Atma of all, because there is only one Atma which is there everywhere, correct? Yata prakashayatyekaha kritsnam lokamimam ravihi kshetram kshetri tata kritsnam kshetram kshetri prakashayati. Means the kshetrajnaha or the kshetri, there is only one. And that one kshetri alone is there in all the kshetram, lighting up all the fields. Means kshetram here includes all body, mind, sense complex. Here Bhuteshu can be taken as all living beings, because that's where consciousness is obviously manifest, correct? But that is not the really true. Consciousness is also manifest in all inert things also, really speaking. If you want to take that meaning, then we can take this Bhuta as Mahabhuta also. Mahabhuta, if we take it, then in each and every Bhuta, whether it is Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithivi, again each Mahabhuta and the elementals includes your own body, mind, sense complex also then. That means again it will include everything. All the beings and all the beings which are sentient, all insentient beings also, everywhere my Atma alone is there. That is the vision. How can you better this? There is nothing to better this, correct? This is the Anantattvam we are talking about. Desha Kala Vastu Aparicheda is there. That's how you recognize yourself. After recognizing like this, there is nothing to better this, or there cannot be anything more than this. So okay, you have known this and there is nothing better than this. But what if you do not know? Upanishad itself says, Nache dihavedin mahati vinashtihi. Means the loss is limitless, it is mahati. Okay? Mahan means generally big. Anu and Mahan and all are parimana. Right? Even in the Nyaya Shastra they talk about it. So mahati means, again, it is really greatest loss, we have to say. In fact, such a person is called Kripanaha even in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, in the Gargi Brahmanam, in the 3rd chapter, 8th Brahmana. So if somebody Asman lokat praiti and all, he says, if you leave this loka without knowing, means the loss is limitless. And also again, we don't know when you will get a human body. Correct? Due to some karma phala and some sukruta, we have got this human body. Human body is the best for this knowledge, in fact. Manushya Sharira, where there is a free will, because that's why the choice is there, correct? This human body means you have choice, you have a free will. Means you can then recognize the problem and seek a solution. If you don't grab this body and work towards your moksha, then next life may be a crab, correct? If you don't grab this, then crab means you cannot do anything. You are only going somewhere in some beach till somebody else catches you and they'll eat you also. Okay? So you can't do anything. And then it keeps on going. So the Bhagavatam and all, they talk about some 84 lakh species or 8.4 lakh species or something is there. So any one you can become. We don't know. In fact, whatever is your last thought, it is all based on that. It is said in the 8th chapter of Gita also. So, and again then you can think, okay, I can do anything in my life, but in the end if I can manage to think something good, then I will get a good punarjanma and all that. Don't even think like that, because at the end all you are not going to have any control. All organs are all disintegrating. In fact, in the Brihadaranyaka only there is a description of all that. One by one, which organ first doesn't function. Then the next one like that. There is whole description of how the punarjanma happens and all that. Anyway, so that's why the samskara has to be there throughout, correct? But finally, anyway, you have to know that you are not this body, mind, sense complex. That is the best. So there is no shortcut or anything in all these things. So if you do not know, then you do not know when you are going to get a good sharira. Or even if you have collected lot of punya in this life, let us say. Even then there is no guarantee, because after you become a deva also, once that punya is done, we don't know where your next birth will be. But in the Shastras they do talk about one krama mukti also. So we have to understand that. So for the one who has very great punya, means you can be born in Brahma Loka. Okay, it is said that krama mukti is talked about. Even in Gita it is there, even in the Brahma Sutra also it is analyzed. And it is said that, but even if you go to Brahma Loka after all this effort of gaining all this punya, Brahmaji will teach you the same thing in Brahma Loka also. Understand? The teaching cannot be any different. So it is the same teaching. So Pujya Swamiji used to tell us, why make all that effort to go there and then get this knowledge and all that? I am teaching you right here, so better learn here only. No, why are you even thinking of going to Brahma Loka and all that? So, iha ched avedit atha satyam asti nached iha vedin mahati vinashtihi bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha pretya asman lokat amrita bhavanti. Again, pretya asman lokat. Again, this can be taken to mean both Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Because Asman Lokat means Lokyate iti, this body, mind, sense complex itself is a Loka. So from this Loka, Pretya means what? You die to the idea that you are the body, mind, sense complex. Dying to this idea that you are the body, mind, sense complex, you become Amritaha. Right here, you are Amritaha only. Then Vimuktascha Vimuchyate, it is said. Being Vimuktaha, once the body falls also, there is nothing to go up or down or anywhere, understand? Because as I told you already, the Shastra only talks about Punarjanma and all that for the Ajnani. So the Shastra has to come and release you from that. Shastra itself says, Tasya pranaha na utkramanti. For the Jnani, the prana and all etc., they do not go anywhere. They just disintegrate back into the Mahabhutas, because there is no more any Ajnani Jiva to do all this samsaranam, correct? To travel from one thing to another, there is nobody there. So with this, the Dvitiya Khandaha also is over. So in these two Khandas, Brahman, because the original question, Kena Ishitam, by the presence of whom alone all these things are happening, that has been answered, that is Nirgunam Brahma, Shuddha Chaitanyam, that has been revealed as yourself using Shrotrasya Shrotram, Manaso Manaha and all that. And also the justification was given why it can be only revealed like that. And even after that, if you ask, how can I know this? Pratibodha Viditam. You have to know yourself in each and every cognition. You are the invariable in each and every cognition, who is the basis for the knower, known and means of knowledge, this Triputi itself. So that is the vision that has been clearly given. But even after giving all this vision, what? But this Brahman, see, once we say this Brahman is Asparsham, Nirgunam, Ananuhu, all that, so many, basically Neti, like that, we negate all attributes, everything, all Kriya in Brahman, and all Jati and all that. Once you do that, there is always a doubt whether there is something like that or not, because you have negated all the, because we normally know a Vastu only with all these attributes and all that, correct? So we define a Vastu either with a Jati or a Guna or a Kriya or its relationship with something. But once you are revealing Brahman as having none of these things, then always there is a question, is there anything like that, or is it Shunya? That's why even in the Brihadaranyaka, the Akshara Brahmanam is there, where Brahman is revealed as Aksharam, Naksharati iti Aksharam, the imperishable, indeclinable Vastu. And then it is also, it is Astulam, it is Ananuhu, it is Akhrasvam, it is Adirgham, like this. All the gunas and all the kriya, and that it is not subjected to any kind of change. It cannot become an object of any indriya. It is not an object of any mind. Like this, all this description is given, correct? To negate that it is an object. Then immediately the doubt is there anything like that? Then immediately in the Akshara Brahmanam itself, it is said that this Aksharasya Prashasane Surya Chandra Masau Vidhrutau and all that. Only in this, because of this Akshara alone, even Surya and Chandra are there in wherever they are, correct? They are all in some orbit. They are all held in a certain position, because of which alone this entire creation itself is there as it is, correct? I told you even Dharma, the word Vidhrutau is there even here, the same root. So Dharma means that Dharati iti Dharma, that which supports or holds things together. Now what is really holding everything here means the laws, correct? Whether it is a physical law, whatever cosmology and all we say, basically it is all physics only. So there are physical laws, there are chemical laws, there are biological laws, there are so many laws are there, psychological laws, moral law also you can include in that, which is what we normally call as dharma. So all these laws themselves, whose laws are these? Then again, means they are all a manifestation of the same Brahman, who is Jagat Karanam. Jagat Karanam Brahma means it is Ishvara only. So the Brahman as Ishvara is presented only to show that Brahman is really there. In fact, Bhashyakara says in the Brihadaranyaka Bhashya, that is an Anumana is given, that only because of whom everything is functioning and everything is getting their capability, that Brahman can never be Shunya. That is the Anumana there. So the Brahman who is devoid of all attributes, but still Brahman alone is Ishvara, whose prashasana means whose rule is happening here, correct? Because like even under a king's rule, everything is happening, correct? The rule itself, the king itself may not be visible or anything, king is sitting somewhere, but it is the prashasan, we say, even in Hindi it is there, that word, correct? So the prashasanam of Brahman is there everywhere, and because of which alone everybody derives their own power to do something, right? Any government official is deriving the power from where? From the king or whoever is the elected head of the government and all that. So like that, it is all Brahman's power alone here. That alone is there as Brahman's laws also. Whatever laws which are there here, all of them are a manifestation of that Brahman. So nobody can say it is their power or anything, okay? So to show this, here there is a beautiful story is there. And also this story answers the other question. Kena ishitam preshitam also was there. Means who is forcing you or whose will or whose laws are making all these indriyas act as they act. From whom the power to cognize is there for this particular indriya. Because there are specific powers are there for different indriyas. In fact, when we look at these indriyas themselves, we also have to see that, see the individual level, and we have to appreciate the total. Okay? So, at the individual we call it all adhyatmika, correct? Means centered on oneself. Adhyatmika means, adhi here means centered on or with reference to oneself. So centered on oneself, there are so many things are there in my body, so many things are functioning. For their functioning, only so many laws are operating within my own. Even for an eye to pick up some light, and then some optic nerve is there, through that something goes to brain, and from there again we say sukshma indriyas are all there, they are functioning, and that's how knowledge takes place. Means so many laws are there. So the prashasana is happening right in your body also. When when you see something, when you hear something, whatever may be happening, correct? Around you, in your body, first in your body. Adhyatmika, again, so many things are happening. You cannot claim any credit for all that. Understand that? That's why I tell you, even eating, you cannot claim any credit for your food getting digesting. The food is digested, even that is not your willful power or anything. If that is so, nobody will have constipation, as I told you. But that's not the case. So even the food you eat, you cannot digest. Like that, everything is happening due to a certain niyati in your body, but that's not there only in your body, correct? Then Adi Bhautikam also is there. Everything else, this whole world is a Bhautika, because it's all come from the Panchabhutas. So there is Adhyatmika, that's the individual level. Then all your surroundings, the totality is the Adi Bhautika, we say, centered on whatever is there around you with reference to all the physical world which is available to us. Now the physical world only is interacting with me, or I am interacting in the physical world. We are all interconnected that way. And in this connection also you see, suppose I have to see, I need light. Who is giving me light? Aditya is giving me light, let us say. And even the moon's light is really sun's light only, indirectly. So if Aditya is the one who is helping me to see as an individual, sight itself is a phenomenon which is happening due to so many laws, I said already. Now whose laws are all these laws? Means it is all Ishvara's laws. But Ishvara looked at through a particular phenomenon like sight is what we call a Devata. Because everything which is happening here, it is all happening due to some law, and there is a certain intelligence involved in that. So there is a design, certain design is involved, means it is all a manifestation of Ishvara. And that Ishvara looked up through a particular phenomenon. You are looking at Ishvara through sight, means there has to be a Devata for that. That is called Adhisthana Devata, we say. So the Adhisthana Devata is Surya, and that same Adhisthana Devata is only responsible for your organ of sight also to function in your body. That is only expressed even in the gross world as providing light and all that, correct? Without light, my eyes are not able to function. And that eyes are provided by Surya. But the same Surya only sitting in your, or Aditya Devata is there in your body as the Adhisthana Devata for sight. So the functioning of that Devata only is enabling your eyes to see. Otherwise your eyes cannot see. The ability of the eye to see itself is the power of the Devata operating in your body. At the Adhyatmika level, the operation of the Devata results in the sight with respect to eyes, or with reference to speech, means speech also is an organ, means Agni is the Devata, we say. Agni Devata is for speech. Like this, we have Devatas associated with both the Adi Bhautika phenomenon and the Adhyatmika, corresponding Adhyatmika phenomenon. With reference to your body and with reference to you as an individual, so many things are happening. Again, those are all facilitated by whatever is there in your surrounding physical world. So the physical world, whatever is facilitating you and whatever is happening in your body with reference to that, all that, for that we have a Devata. The connecting factor is the Devata. Devata itself is nothing but that Ishvara looked at through the particular phenomenon. If a sight is happening, speech is happening, you can take all other things also, like smell is happening, touch is happening, touch means Vayu Devata, we say. Because Vayu only has the quality of touch, correct? And that Vayu Devata operating in your body then becomes this, we can say that the Vayu Devata only perceives touch. When touch is perceived, that phenomenon we have to look at as Vayu Devata operating in your body. That's why whenever some particular thing is not working, we have specific prayer to that Devata. So if you have some eye problem, means they say read Aditya Hridayam. It's a specific prayer. Aditya Hridayam is not for getting vitamin D and all that. Okay. If you are understanding our Shastra, means this prayer is for Adrishta. Understand that. So whatever problem you have, there is a Papa involved in that, correct? So we are trying to neutralize that. So all prayers are basically for Adrishta Phala. Of course, Drishta also you have to take treatment. We are not saying, denying that. Understand that. If vitamin D will help you to see, help with your eyesight, I don't know. Vitamin A is for eyesight, I think. Whatever it is. Even then this vitamin D thing doesn't work. At least with reference to Surya, vitamin A they say is for helping you in sight and all that. That also you take medicine. We are not saying you should not. So the result is a function of both Drishta and Adrishta, correct? For Drishta you take effort. For Adrishta also you prayers and other specific prayers, general prayers, so many things are there. So all these things are important. So that means there are Devatas are there, they are functioning, they have some Shakti. But the thing is what, it may appear that they are Swatantra because they have so much power, because they are the totality of that phenomena, correct? Devata is not only operating in your body. Wherever sight is there, Aditya Devata is there. That is our understanding. Is that clear? The sight in human body may be in one way. The sight in a bird is different, correct? Owl sight is different from human sight. Human being can see only in light. Owl can see at night. Its sight is different, but still it is sight only. Wherever sight is there, that Adhisthana Devata is there. That is how we are looking at it. Because it is Ishvara's manifestation in a particular manner. So that Devata is the totality of sight. Wherever sight happens, that Devata is there. Means that Devata is so big, so powerful. Means is that Devata Swatantra then? Means no. That is what? That is the Preshitam. Even at the Samashti also, at the individual level also, it is all operating because of the presence of the consciousness. Means even at the Samashti, all of them are only, they are all able to function only because of Ishvara only has given them their Shakti. That Shakti is coming from Ishvara. That is there even in the Taittiriya Upanishad, it is there. Right? Bhisha smad vataf pavate Bhisho deti suryaha Bhisha smad agnischendrascha Mrityurthavati panchamayiti. Like that. So there the fear also is talked about. Fear means basically it is all Ishvara's laws, correct? Whenever there is a law, you have the fear of the law and you are operating according to that law here, that Prashasanam, it is all the Aksharasya Prashasanam only. This Aksharam Brahma, in its rule alone, all the Devatas are also functioning, and without this Brahman's grace and glory, they will not have any power. Now that is said in this particular story. Now we will go to that story. It's a very interesting story. What is that story? So here the Tritiya Kanda, we are starting now. Brahma Devebhyo Vijigye Tasyaha Brahmano Vijaye Deva Amahiyanta Ta Aikshan Taita Aikshanta Asmakameva Ayam Vijaya Asmakameva Ayam Mahimeti. Okay, so Brahma Devebhyaha Vijigye. Okay. See, this Brahman is, so Devebhyaha, amongst the Devas, this Brahman is there. Okay. And it is to be known in that manner, because all these Devas, they are all gaining their own power and all that, Shakti from Brahman alone. So, and this Brahman blessed all these Devatas with his Shakti. That's how they are able to defeat the Asuras. And then they have gained this Swarga and all that, Swarga Loka. But once they have defeated all the Asuras, what do they think? Then everybody is praising them, correct? Whenever you achieve something, those who praise you are there, many of them are praising you for their own sake. They are also expecting something from you now. But once they praise you, what do you think? Then you are so great. It is all my victory. I have done this. There is a certain pride always. So these Devas, they were all aided by Brahman. And because of that alone, they gained this victory over their Vijaya, correct? So Tasyaha Brahmano Vijaye. So the Vijaya is because of Brahman alone. It is the victory of Brahman's Shakti. But what did the Devas then think? Deva Amahiyanta. They were all praised. And then they thought it is their own glory. It is my glory. But Bhagavan says, it is all my glory, correct? In the Vibhuti Yoga, it is there, 10th chapter. Wherever something glorious is there, don't think that it is your glory, it is my glory, he says. So like that, here these Devas became proud that we have defeated all the Asuras, and because of which now everybody is giving us only Ahuti, correct? All the Yajna we are invoking Devas, we are giving them all the Ahuti, and they think that because of that then they give us favors, correct? Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantuvaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah paramavapsyatha, like that it is said in the 3rd chapter also in the Gita. Sahayajñā prajas srishtva purovacha prajapatihi, like that section starts, isn't it? It's a beautiful section in Gita. So this Prajapati created along with this Yajna all the beings also, and then said that okay, you propitiate these Devas using this Yajna. So even there it is coming like that. But anyway, the Devas think that they are being propitiated by all the people, they are giving us all these offerings, means we are something great. We are great, that's why we are being invoked in all the yajnas and we are being given all these offerings. And so they thought it is their glory. So that is what is said here. Ta ikshanta asmakameva ayam vijayaha. So what did they think? This victory over Asuras and all the whatever praise we are getting are all because of, it is all ours. Asmakameva vijayaha. The victory is ours. And asmakameva ayam mahima iti. The mahima, all the glory is ours. That is their thinking. Okay. Then what happened? But Brahman thought, maybe I have to teach them now. Okay. So, Tat Dhaisham Vijajnyau. So Brahman knew all of these devas, now what they are thinking. Yesham means all these devas. Vijajnyau, Tad Vijajnyau means that Brahman knew now about all these devas, whatever they are thinking, they are now proud and they are thinking that it is all their glory. So what did this Brahman do then to teach them a lesson? So, Ha Tebhyaha Ha Pradurbabhuva, for their sake, Tebhyaha Pradurbabhuva means Brahman appeared now. Brahman appeared for teaching them a lesson, you can say, for their sake, Tebhyaha Ha Pradurbabhuva. So, Tanna Vyajanata Kimidam Yakshamiti. So, the Brahman appeared as a Yaksha, means some being, some luminous being, Brahman has appeared. Now, these devas have had victory and they are all now enjoying in a party, you can think, okay? They are all reveling. And then suddenly some luminous being has appeared there, a Yaksha, and they do not know who this person is. Who is now gate crashing our party, correct? It is their party, but somebody has gate crashed. So what do you do now? Or nowadays they have photo bombed their selfie or whatever, correct? Devas were taking selfie, but suddenly this Yaksha is appearing in that. Now they cannot post it anywhere in social media also. Problem. Nowadays that is the problem, correct? Photo bombing it is called. So somebody who is supposed to be not there in the photo or video, they appear. You are taking a selfie and nice background and all that. But suddenly some fellow has appeared. What are you going to do now? So you have to take notice of that person, correct? You cannot ignore. And you also don't know who that person is. Anywhere, see, anytime you know that you do not know something, then we have curiosity, correct? We cannot stop that. We want to know. It's very difficult to contain that curiosity. In fact, that is why even in US and all, there is something called rubbernecking, they call it. Rubbernecking means what? See, normally if an accident happens in a road, correct, there should be traffic jam only on one side. But there will be traffic jam on both sides. Why? Because the other side fellow also will stop the car and look like this. They will put their neck outside and see what has happened there. That is called rubbernecking. So rubbernecking, when it happens, what happens? The accident happened on the other side, there you have nice divided highway, correct? Not like here. Here if in an undivided highway some accident happens, both sides gone. Nobody can move. But there the highway is clearly divided. There are 3 lanes, there 3 lanes, here 6 lanes are there. The expressway and all that. But even in an expressway, if an accident happens on one side, both sides will get backed up. Because you cannot stop your curiosity, what happened there. How many cars are piled up, whether anybody is alive or not, all that you want to see. So that is what we cannot tolerate ignorance. That I am ignorant is one of the things I cannot bear. I cannot tolerate that. So these people, but they did not know Tanna Vyajanata Kimidam Yaksham. Who is this Yaksha? They did not know, but this Yaksha appeared. Pradurbabhuva. So once this Yaksha appeared, they did not know who he was. So what did they do? Okay. Te Agnim Abruvat Jata Veda Etad Vijanihi Kimidam Yakshamiti Tatheti. So what did they do? They first went to Agni. See, Agni is the bright Devata, correct? This Yaksha is somebody now they do not know, means he is in the dark. So who do you send first? You send this Agni, and he also has the name Jata Veda. Means he is known in each and everything which is born. That is one meaning you can give for Jata Veda. Okay? Or Jata Veda means one who gives wealth to everybody also, because all ahutis are given to Agni only, correct? In the Yajna also, Agni is the Havya Vahanaha, he is called. He is the courier or postman for all the devas. So he carries the Havis or all the offerings which are given even for other devatas. Agni himself, he will say Agneya Swaha and put it into Agni. But then Indraya Swaha also goes into Agni only, right? And Agni is supposed to carry that to Indra. So Agni is the one who takes all the ahutis and then bestows the karma phala like that. So Agni is a very exalted even amongst the devatas. Agni is exalted. So they now send the Agni, and Agni can throw light on anything also, figuratively speaking. So Agni has to now throw light on this Yaksha, who this Yaksha is. So He Jata Veda, go and find out Vijanihi. Etad means, because this Yaksha is right there, not that, it is Etad means right here he is there. So go and find out who this fellow is. They are saying, Etad Vijani, Kimidam Yaksham. So who is this Yaksha? Then he says, Tatheti, okay, let me do as you say. But then what did he do? Tad abhyadravat abhyavadat kositi agnirvaham asmiti abravit jata veda va aham asmiti. So tad abhyadravat means he approached this Yaksha. Okay, Agni went near this Yaksha now. No, this you have to also relate to that. What? Yat vacha anabhyuditam. Correct? Yato vacho nivartante. Why? Because who is the devata for vak? Agni. Correct? Agni is the devata for vak. Now in the story also, Agni is going, he is vak really. But Brahman is not, cannot be objectified by vak. Yat vacha anabhyuditam. Same thing will happen here. So Agni goes to find out who this Yaksha is, correct? And he should have asked the question first. Who are you? Agni should have asked. But the Yaksha did not give him any chance for that. Agni approached, but then the question is coming from the Yaksha. So tad abhyavadat kosi iti. The Yaksha now asks, who are you? That itself is a insult for Agni, correct? Because Agni thinks that he is so exalted that everybody is only giving me offering, means everybody in the world should know Agni. Who this Agni is? He must be the greatest, most popular devata. But this Yaksha is saying, who are you? That itself is a great insult, slight for Agni. But then he recovered, I think. Because this Yaksha is still so charming and all that. So he says, so even though the Yaksha asked him Kosi, then he says what? He is saying, Aham. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. Aham. Agnirva aham asmi, first he says. So I am Agnihi. So the word Agni also means the one who is always going up. That is also, there is another meaning, because all flames always go up, correct? Urdhvam gacchati. Also the Agni word comes from that. So Agnirva aham asmi. So he first says I am Agni. Then more insult is coming. Why? Because and also, but not only that, but his pride comes out first. Okay, insult will come next. First he says I am known as Agni, but no, I am not just Agni. So he says Jata Veda va aham asmi. I am also Jata Vedas. Means I am there. Even as temperature, all living beings have to have some temperature and all that. So I am there in everything which is born, I am there. Or I am the one who is giving everybody their wealth. Okay, here Veda is wealth also you can take. So everybody, I make them wealthy and all that because I give them their karma phala like this. His pride also comes out here because he is insulted. Again, his pride is coming out. He is saying Jata Veda va aham asmi iti. Then the next, then the Yaksha is asking him, Tasmin stvai kim viryam iti. So, okay, you are Jata Veda. What is your capability then? What is your Viryam? Do you have anything? Can you do something? You are so proud about yourself. What are you capable of? Can you tell me? Then even more he is slighted now. So what does he say? Apidam sarvam daheyam yedidam prithivyam iti. Yedidam prithivyam means what? Whatever is there in this earth. Okay, whatever is there here, I can burn all of that, he says. Apidam daheyam means I can burn whatever is there, everything, whatever is there here, I will burn. Then what did this Yaksha do? Tasmai trinam nidadhau etad daheti. So then he throws one grass to this Agni and says that, come on, burn this. Then what? So now Agni is now all geared up. So he thinks, what is this? I am the great Agni and all you are giving me is some grass, piece of grass, or that too dry grass. So it is like, I don't know, Sachin Tendulkar is playing in some gully cricket with some kids, correct? It is like that. But so he comes with all the force. So tad upapreyaya sarva javena tanna shashaka dabdhum sa tatayeva nivavrite na etad ashakam vijñātum tad etad yad etad yakshamiti. So what he tried desperately now, but he could not burn even that blade of grass. Then he didn't have the whatever anymore. He did not want to stand in front of this Yaksha. He didn't even ask, who are you? He felt so insulted that he left. He came back without, because he is not even able to burn a blade of grass. Maybe he also become frightened, I think. Who is this? That in front of this person I am not able to even do this simple thing. So he retreated, he went back to his other devas, his friends, and he said, Na etad ashakam vijñātum. I cannot, I am not capable of knowing who this is. So this is what is that you have to relate to that. Vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. So Vak cannot reach Brahman. Agni could not do anything. So he said, Ashakam vijñātum yed etat yakshamiti. Who is this Yaksha? I could not know. Okay, then what happened? They did not leave. They next sent Vayu. The continuation of the story we will see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.